Hi, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Nutshelled Learning. I was having a conversation with my students today in our argument club. The topic of totalitarianism came up with some students mentioning the current controversy with Harvard and whether or not the government was trying to control what our university students learn and how they learn it. After the meeting, I asked ChatGPT a question to see what AI would think of this. Is the United States moving toward totalitarianism? Before we get into the response, don't forget that it really helps out if you go nuts on those like and subscribe buttons for me. And on this one, I look forward to the comments. And here is the response. All right, let us dig into a serious and complex question today. Is the United States moving toward totalitarianism? Now, before we panic or start waving protest signs, let us define what that even means. Totalitarianism is not just a strong government or tough leadership. It is an extreme system where the state tries to control everything. That includes the economy, the media, your private life, and even what you are allowed to think or believe. Think Nazi Germany under Hitler. Think Stalin's Soviet Union. We are talking about governments that suppress dissent, control all information, and crush personal freedoms. So the question is, are we heading in that direction? Some people believe we are seeing early warning signs. And to be honest, there are a few red flags worth paying attention to. First, let us talk about political polarization. Politics in the United States has become more like a battlefield than a conversation. Opponents are not just disagreed with, they are treated like enemies. And when people start to believe the other side is evil rather than simply wrong, democracy starts to erode. Second, we are seeing attacks on democratic institutions. That means some people are questioning the legitimacy of elections or trying to weaken the courts. There have even been attempts to concentrate power in the hands of a few leaders. When checks and balances are ignored, democracy loses its balance. Third, there is the issue of media and misinformation. Some politicians have encouraged people to distrust mainstream news sources while spreading their own curated version of the truth. That is a classic tool in the totalitarian playbook. Control the information, control the people. Then we have surveillance and policing power. Since the early 2000s, government surveillance has expanded. Local police forces have become more militarized. Peaceful protests have been met with force in some cases. In a healthy democracy, that raises eyebrows. And do not forget the erosion of civil liberties. That includes new laws that limit protest rights, voting access, and what teachers can discuss in classrooms. When citizens are silenced, democracy starts to shrink. Now, here is the important part. Despite all these concerns, the United States is not a totalitarian country. We still have regular elections. We have courts that function independently. We have a free press. People still protest. People still speak their mind. Power is still distributed across many branches and levels of government. So what does this mean? It means we are not there yet, but we should stay alert. Democracies do not usually collapse overnight. They erode slowly with small legal changes, with cultural shifts, with people giving up little rights here and there until they forget they had them at all. The fate of democracy depends on how we respond. Not just our leaders, but all of us students, voters, educators, citizens. We need to question power, protect institutions, and stay engaged. Because once totalitarianism arrives, it does not knock, it walks in while we are not paying attention.